Red Bull's dominant performance this season has ushered in a rather uneventful period in Formula One racing for some fans, prompting calls for impending rule changes. Red Bull has achieved this supremacy by demonstrating a superior grasp of the regulations compared to its competitors. However, this exceptional work by the Austrian team has resulted in a decline in Formula One's viewership in recent times. Consequently, the FIA has taken action by announcing upcoming regulation adjustments for the 2025 season, although they may not be as extensive as some might anticipate. Furthermore, the governing body has provided insights into what to expect with the 2026 regulation overhaul. Curious to learn more? Stay with us for the details, starting with an overview of the 2026 regulations overhaul. The primary objective for 2026 is to recover 350 kilowatts of electrical energy on each lap. This heightened emphasis on electrical power will necessitate substantial modifications to both the power unit and mechanical platform designs. Although this regulation overhaul is just 2 years away, a relatively short timeframe in the realm of Formula One, it will entail significant alterations for both the engine and the car itself. The new engine regulations will significantly influence the appearance of the 2026 cars, primarily due to changes in hybrid power units that prioritize electrical power and sustainable fuels. These power units for 2026 are rumored to weigh in at over 190 kilograms, with the component breakdown as follows. The combustion engine design is expected to remain similar to the current power units, with a weight of around 130 kilograms. The turbocharger will weigh approximately 12 kilograms. The MGUK must have a minimum weight of 16 kilograms. The battery is expected to weigh at least 35 kilograms. The increase in the power unit's weight, compared to the current specifications, is estimated to be around 25%. Additionally, all teams will be mandated to use 100% sustainable fuel. The percentage of electrical power will see a significant increase, soaring from 120 kilowatts to an impressive 350 kilowatts, resulting in an estimated power output of 475 horsepower. However, with the MGUH being removed from the new engines, the MGUK will be the sole component responsible for recharging the batteries through the recovery of kinetic energy. To meet the demand for electrical energy on every lap, an auxiliary method is essential, as kinetic recovery alone is insufficient. To address this requirement, fuel will be burned to generate electricity within the current Formula One engine, using a portion of the 100 kilograms of fuel allocated for each race. Engineers estimate that roughly 30 kilograms of this fuel will be utilized to generate the electrical power necessary for the battery. The generation of electrical power may pose a challenge for teams in 2026, a concern that has already been raised by Red Bull's team principal, Christian Horner. It is believed that the balance between combustion power and electrical power is a critical aspect that requires urgent attention before it becomes a pressing issue. Horner revealed that, as per their latest team simulations, drivers were compelled to downshift on certain circuits during straights to regenerate energy for the electrical system. FIA Technical Director Nicholas Tombazis addressed Horner's concerns about the 2026 power units. Tombazis noted that teams had been running simulations using the new engines in the current car specifications, which would differ from the 2026 setup. He mentioned that if the 2026 power units were transposed onto the current cars, it might indeed yield the concerns expressed by the worried parties. However, Tombazis underlined that in recent months, there had been a series of positive developments that indicated a shift from previous viewpoints. Furthermore, he emphasized the necessity of considering the engine and chassis as an integrated system, as they will need to evolve in harmony. Tombazis disclosed that the FIA had been examining energy recovery behind the scenes to identify underlying issues and propose solutions. Addressing energy recovery and management, he said, "We've conducted numerous simulations, tweaking various parameters, and have discovered viable solutions to achieve efficient energy recovery and facilitate overtaking based on aerodynamic configurations." Another challenge discussed was the weight of the cars. Present-day Formula One cars weigh approximately 798 kilograms, a considerable weight for a single-seater. With the introduction of the new power unit and other countermeasures, 2026 cars could surpass 800 kilograms. The FIA has raised concerns regarding this matter and suggested that a 50-kilogram reduction in weight could be possible during the transition between technical rules. Technical Director Pat Simons expressed skepticism about achieving this ambitious target, suggesting that a weight reduction of around 20 kilograms might be more attainable. However, considering the specifications outlined by the FIA, there might be further room for reducing weight. Notably, the gearbox is set to undergo a revision, transitioning from the current 8-speed configuration to just 6 speeds. In terms of design changes, the tires will be notably more compact compared to the current generation of rubber, and the width of the cars will be reduced from 200 cm to 190 cm. Additionally, the wheelbase will contract from 360 cm to 340 cm. These adjustments aim to create smaller and lighter cars, which should improve racing dynamics. A more agile car is expected to facilitate easier cornering. Alongside these changes, the 2026 cars are projected to experience a 40% reduction in downforce compared to the current generation. Moreover, experts speculate that the integration of active aerodynamics could further diminish the drag component, benefiting both the efficient use of electrical deployment and allowing for closer and more intense racing. Although 2026 remains 2 seasons away, the FIA is actively exploring measures to enhance racing within the current grid sooner. Numerous drivers have voiced their concerns about the growing difficulty of driving the current generation of cars as developments progress. Many have asserted that the racing in the present era is reminiscent of the period before the 2022 regulations came into effect. Ferrari's Carlos Sainz, after the Italian Grand Prix, specifically mentioned that the 2023 cars seem more similar to the 2020 and 2021 cars in terms of their ability to follow the lead car closely. The 2022 regulations were introduced with the goal of promoting closer racing and reducing the impact of dirty air left in the wake of cars. In 2022, there were indeed thrilling races and intense battles, such as the 2022 British Grand Prix. However, the 2023 season has witnessed less of this close racing. After a comprehensive analysis, the FIA attributed this to significant increases in downforce that teams added to their cars over the winter, resulting in a 50% reduction of the gains achieved with the 2022 regulations. With substantial design work already underway for 2024, convincing teams to accept further regulation changes for the next season, unless they relate to safety concerns, is expected to be challenging. Consequently, the governing body is setting its sights on 2025 to implement effective solutions for closer racing. As confirmed by Tom Batsi, the FIA has identified specific areas of the car to target for improvements, including the end plate of the front wing, the side of the floor, and the fins inside the wheels. More restrictive rules in these areas may be implemented to mitigate the downforce loss when following another car. Nevertheless, the 2023 and 2024 seasons will continue under the existing rules, allowing teams to explore ways of increasing downforce, potentially exacerbating the downforce issue for the upcoming season. The changes anticipated for 2025, while beneficial, might not be revolutionary, possibly resembling the improvements made in 2019. The hope is that the 2025 changes will prove more effective in enhancing racing compared to their 2019 counterparts. However, these alterations are not expected to impact Red Bull's dominant performance significantly. The 2025 regulation changes will primarily focus on top body aerodynamics, which is not the primary performance factor for Red Bull. Red Bull's strength lies in the underfloor, the component responsible for generating the most downforce. Consequently, changes to top body aero regulations are unlikely to affect Red Bull, making it challenging for other teams like Mercedes and Ferrari to bridge the performance gap. Considering that these teams rely more on top body aerodynamics, due to their lesser expertise in underbody aerodynamics compared to Red Bull, these changes could have a detrimental impact on them. In light of these developments, it's essential to consider the implications of the 2026 regulations, and whether the FIA's efforts to enhance racing in 2025 are satisfactory. I'm eager to hear your thoughts and perspectives. Please share them in the comments section below. Also, remember to subscribe to the channel for notifications on our future uploads, ensuring you stay informed about the developments in the 2023 Formula One season.